Hi everyone, Megan here with Cottage Quilting. It is block of the month time. It is month 5 of the corner beam block of the month. You can see here that I've got all my colors cut out and we're getting ready to sew them together. I don't know about you guys, but I read the directions a couple times just to double check that I was getting it all correct. So let's get started. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do half square triangles. So as you can see, I've got a line here. And how I did this was, if you've got your add a quarter ruler, or sorry, your quick quarter ruler, I'm thinking paper piecing. If you have your quick quarter ruler, you can lay it down the center and draw on either side. And those are going to be our sew lines. For me, I'm going to use my 1-inch ruler, okay? And you can see here that I've got my one line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up a 1/4 inch on the diagonal right here, and I'm going to draw my other sew line like so. So the lines that I'm going to sew on are these ones right here. I'm going to straighten this one out actually. There we go. And then we're going to cut down the center of this. Oh, so my little helper is helping me here. She's stolen my chair. So I'm going to stand up and sew this, but you can see here that I'm going to sew all the way on this line. When I'm doing half square triangles, I don't actually stop sewing, okay? So I just come to the end, raise my presser foot, and then I'll start sewing down here again. So if I were daisy chaining a whole bunch, I would just kind of keep going all the way down my one line, and then come down the other side. Now we're going to cut it. So all I do now is I just mark my 1/4 inch line where I sewed, and I'm going to cut through here. Now she was very specific in her directions about where to press it. So B for me is my purple. So she wants to make sure that you're pressing this way. Now I'm going to remind you about your Acorn Precision Piecing product because it makes everything perfectly flat and everything lines up. So don't forget to use your Acorn Precision Piecing stuff. If you're not sure what I'm talking about check out the Acorn Precision Piecing video on our website. We've got it all listed there for you. So our next step is we're going to use our 4x7 piece. We're going to fold it in half because we want to get mirrored images. Okay, so we're going to line up our two edges. This time we're going to use our solid black line this time, okay? So we're going to line this up on the edge. We're going to have it so it says square up to 4 inches. And we're going to cut. Okay, so I have that piece done. Then what we're going to do, we're going to rotate it because remember we're going to use our second trim right here, okay? So I'm going to rotate my ruler. We're going to line this up on here and we're going to follow this angle and I'm going to cut. This is scrap. You can save, that's a pretty useful piece. You can save it for something else. Okay, this next step is very important that you follow the directions. This is our A fabric and this is my B fabric, okay? Your fabrics are different, but I want you to remember your A and your B. So this time what we're going to do now is we're going to use this jagged line and we want to use the finished 3, okay? So you can see here that I have lined up the jagged line and I'm lining up the bottom of my block here at the 3-inch finished, okay? Yes, it is normal that there is a gap right here, okay? So I don't want you to be afraid to cut. Now be brave and cut it. Okay, see, I was brave. I cut mine. So I've lined up my second one. I'm going to show you again. Yes, there's a gap at the top. And we're going to line it up there, and we're going to cut it. Now the next set of directions, we're using the other set of half square triangles that we made. So hopefully you made 2 at the beginning. If you didn't, that's okay. Just make the other set. This time we're doing it with the wrong side down. Okay, but we're still cutting on our B fabric. Okay, so this time, same thing. I'm using my angled line. Here, I don't know if you can see that. Get out of the glare. There we go. We're lining it up on the edge so that we're at the finished 3-inch. and we're cutting all of this off. Yes, I'm cutting over top of that fold. Okay, cut. Ready? One more time. This time I have another helper. I'm not doing it by myself, so you can watch me actually cut it this time. Okay, ready? Cut! So now we're going to take all these little squares, or sorry, the edge pieces of our triangles that we had cut off earlier, and we're going to make a square. So it is like a little bit of a puzzle, remember? You want to have the angles so that we're completing a square. I'm going to use my Acorn Precision Piecing product so that it keeps everything right in line, and I'm going to sew all of these together. One of the new products that we've got that just came out finally, we're super excited, is the mister. So you know how usually we use our Acorn pen? I have found it a little bit faster, to tell you the truth, and I'm starching all of my product all at one time, so I'll give my stuff a little press, and then I just mist it a little bit like so, kind of let it dry for a second, not too long, and give it a press, and see how flat that block is? Like, it's completely flat. So we do now have the misters all available online. They're coming with a 16-ounce bottle refill. Super excited. The next set of directions do talk about pressing B and C open. Now, it was really easy to press this open because it was already starched. You'll notice on the ones that you haven't pressed open yet that it's really bulky right here in this corner. As soon as you press open that seam, it smooths down the bulk of this top corner right here, so it's going to be a whole lot easier to sew. So when you've got your pressing solution in there, I haven't put any more on, I haven't done anything, I just literally opened it and it pressed perfectly flat. So now we're going to square it up. So what I want you to notice, this is my B fabric, okay? And so my triangle point is going up to my B fabric. So this side here is all pretty good. I don't really have much to cut off, just kind of the dog ears here. Okay, so that side's fairly square. And we're squaring it up to 3.5. 3.5. Is it 3.5? This one's not going to work. Oh, yes, it will. Look at me doubting myself. A little real life sewing. So I'm going to put this back this way and get my point. Look at that perfect little square in there at 3.5. So you know what? Don't doubt yourself, because even I was second guessing myself. But that is what it is supposed to look like. I just want to point out one thing to you guys, okay, before you start cutting your blocks. So on the one set, see how this top line right here is lining up on my B, okay? So when I'm squaring up my one set of blocks, it's just going to fall that way naturally, okay? Because now when I'm squaring up the other half square triangles, we're still matching up our point with the B fabric, but look, it's now matching on the bottom part of that triangle there, okay? So if you don't match it up that way, and see how this one here is lining up down to the 3.5, so we're cutting off all of this. If you don't, you're going to make a mistake with your block, okay? I did skip ahead a little bit. I just want to show you. I figured you girls would be able to, and guys, sorry, no assumptions, would be able to figure out how to sew these two strips together. So I sewed those strips together. Okay. So you can see here how my starburst is going to go together. This one kind of creates a really cool diamond look when it's all done. I'm really going to make sure that I use my precision glue so that I can make sure these points match up perfect. Stay tuned. So I'm going to show you the back of my block, because the back of my block honestly is just as pretty as the front, minus my fabric bits here, or my thread bits. That's what I get for sewing on my old Bernina that doesn't have a thread cutter. We get so spoiled at the store. So can you see how everything is flat? All these seams are perfectly pressed open. So now I'm going to do the big reveal. Oh, I got it upside down to you. This way. And there we go. That is what your finished block is going to look like. And I'm going to pass my phone to my little helper. Here, Kaylee, come here.
1 second. Let me get you.
And I'm going to kind of show you what the diamond look is going to look like here. Okay, can you just hold that right there for me? Watch your fingers. So I'm going to give you a rough idea. If I fold it, how did I do it at the store when I did the demo? Here we go. So see, it's going to kind of create, like all your points would line up, but it's going to create that kind of eyelet diamond look. I'm really excited by this one. So there you go. That's block 5. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having as much fun as we are.